I am so confused. Are you actually evading me? Oh, there we go. Oh! He's dead! Alright everybody, hello then and welcome back to another episode on Scrap Mechanic with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to the base. In between episodes, I have been evidently here farming a good bunch of component kits among some other stuff, so that we can hopefully in this episode continue our little logger adventure, further improving upon the whole thing. So we're going to need 2 pistons here basically, because the idea is going to be that we're going to have like a little foot basically that we can extend out in order to support the vehicle further and hopefully manage to prevent it rolling over like it did the last time when we try and harvest a tree. I thought I just had heard. Yup, I knew it. You mean sneaky boy. I absolutely just heard him tippling around. I was thinking there for a second whether I actually heard something or I was just becoming overly paranoid, but evidently he was just creeping around back there. So yeah, we will introduce some feet to our little logger design to stabilize it towards the sides, hopefully, and potentially even more saw blades. We'll see about that. Oh god, what are you doing? Where are you coming from even? What the heck? I'm so confused. Did you all even see that one coming? I'm like being swarmed by haybots without even having a clue where they're coming from. Hope he didn't damage anything on the vehicle there. I think it's looking good though. Let's do one more quick perimeter check here before we continue discussing our soon coming changes, alright? Let's also check up there. Nobody left right there. Cool. Alright, so yeah, the feet are on the plan. Potentially another saw blade somewhere out here on the edge of the little well, cage that we have. We will see about that, I guess. And yeah, then we sort of go from there. I mean, I would like to also consider extending upwards the cage again, now that we've kind of discovered that that was not the issue that was causing all the lag. Whoopsies. So maybe worth a consideration. We'll give it a try, I think, just to see if that does induce lag again, if we can indeed extend that upwards. I mean, we do have a good bunch of that little mesh right here still, as you can see, and I'm sure we can make some more. We seem to have mostly alleviated all the lag problems. Now, I mean, a few of you guys also suggested to remove the underfloor of this thing, because the weight basically glitching into the vehicle was most likely what was causing the lag. I'm hoping that we've kind of reduced the size of the weight down to a level where we don't need to do that, so I can keep it as is. Worst case, I'll just follow your guys' recommendation and remove the underfloor. Or, well, I mean, the other suggestion was to move it one further down. I guess I don't really want to do that too badly for ground clearance. Then again, we don't really have much ground clearance up front there. So, you know, a few options right there. We'll see about that, I guess, as we go. For the time being, let's start with this. The thing that I'm really not sure about entirely, I have to say, is in general the saw blades. Like, if these that we have down here are enough, if maybe them being that low is also a bit of an issue, if we want to have some higher up ones on top. I think there's a few potential considerations here, and we'll probably think about that a bit more as we go. But first things first then, let me go and make all the necessary parts for us. So we will want 4 pistons, most certainly, which we will, well, need to actually put the materials in for that. So let's go and throw that in there. We will also go and quickly make a tad bit of tier 2 metal, which we don't have any metal remaining. I kind of forgot about that fact. Luckily, there is a teeny tiny bit remaining out here on the vehicle from my expeditions, and, well, then from the, well, not even a teeny tiny bit, to be honest, there is a few. And then, of course, the 2 arms from the bots that we just murdered outside here. Let's go and grab those 2. Gimme, thank you. And then we will go and get that refined real quick so we can get that underway. Honestly, I kind of got so used to having all those heaps of metal that I didn't even remotely think that was going to be a possibility. But, you know, luckily that is coming our way now, so we'll have that in a second. The other thing that we can also check what we need for already is going to be another saw blade. It's literally technically just metal blocks, so that shouldn't be too hard. Other than that, I don't really think there's much of anything that we do need. We will probably need to throw some component kits at the pistons when we do get them ready to go, just to at least extend the sideboards facing ones a bit more outwards. Now what we can do while all this stuff is printing, which let me actually get the big complex stuff printing, well, I guess we just do that and come back in a second. But what we can start alongside while that all is going, I suppose, would be extending the mesh upwards. And we're going to definitely give that a try here, I think. This little build platform should enable us to mostly access everything unless we're out of range. And that is the wrong way to do things. We do want to extend that wooden part upwards with actual wood, I suppose. So we're going to take care of that a tad bit later. It's not the most necessary part in the world anyways, I guess. So, I mean, the thing with the cage, of course, being the higher up we extend it, the more stable the tree is going to become inherently. I'm just a little bit worried in the end about, well, firstly, the balance of the vehicle, and secondly, of course, the effect that it may or may not end up having on lag. So we'll have to see about that. The other side factor, of course, being us not really having heaps of metal to work with currently. So we do have a tad bit of tier 2 metal ready to go, though, which is not going to be enough. So let's make some more. And I do indeed hope that we can, in general, get enough going. It feels like we may not be able to, and we may need some more. So that being an interesting one, I suppose. Now, the cage we have extended upwards, though. Let's first things first, just check. Okay, that has not been inducing any more lag, so I'm quite confident that we can actually extend that further up. Now, what we could go and do is just search for something to drill down, which I think we haven't done for a while. So let's go and go on a little teeny tiny bit of an adventure, looking out for some... Oh. Looking out for some rocks to mine. I have evidently in my own time been playing a little bit too much Farming Simulator 2022. New one that just came out, of course, and you know, that one's got a little cruise control which you activate by pressing 3. I just pressed 3 and literally just wondered why my mining vehicle wasn't moving. So yeah, you know, been playing a bit too much of that. But let's go here, I suppose, and drill down on just this. Hopefully. Why does that not work now? Oh, there we go. It's a bit slow, honestly, I would argue. Not liking that one too much. Maybe that was just a little buggy, I guess. Feels like it's working a bit faster now. Or not. No, there we go. It's just a little bit of actually getting used to a time. Now, the issue here being, honestly... Oh, really? Can I just murder him with the drills? Come here. Come here! Get drilled! No! Don't hit the vehicle! I want to drill you! He's actually evading my drills! What in the world? I am so confused. Are you actually evading me? Oh, there we go! Oh! He's dead! So that evidently works. I knew you could do this with saw blades, but I guess drills are very much deadly to bots too. We just absolutely drilled him down. The interesting part, though, that he seemed to be avoiding my drills, or maybe that was also just his AI bugging out. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they changed something about that now, and the drill walls that people used to defend their homes are not that efficient anymore. Who really knows? That was quite interesting. Oh, God. That's quite the big shunt right there. But yeah, so I have to say, overall I'm somewhat happy with the way that this miner works now. It's going quite well. The only annoyance really being that these things always have to be on these weird, awkward hills, honestly, I think. It would be so much easier to drill these down if they were sat on a flat plane. But yeah, there we go. That's everything kind of in the smaller pieces. Now we need to actually proper take things apart. So let's go and do that. And absolutely struggle to get the drills down any further. Yeah, I'm not mega happy with that, to be honest. It's not really quite working out as intended in some ways. But I don't know. It would be nice to just have the ability to gradually change the alignment of pistons. In that case, I would probably put like 2 pistons here and have this be the default setting, then have like a option to gradually lower the pistons in order to just like, you know, drill down the bits on the ground a bit easier for us. Like this, it works, you know, it's not terrible. Also not the easiest thing in the world though, especially given that this always kind of likes to glitch off the rocks quite well. But well, that was a... Oh great, we're dying. Good thing we have something to eat with us, isn't it? Beautiful. Now we can continue. Curious portion right there. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna go and drill down the things a bit more myself, and I will meet you all on the other side of a little cut. Alright everyone, back we are, and back we nearly are at the base then. We are going to go and drop off all the precious stuff that we mined real quick. Apparently, the game was abducting me there for a second. I wasn't pressing any buttons, I was running regardless. Always an interesting incident when that happens. But let me go and throw the first batch to be refined right there. After all, I guess, you know, good thing that we do have this mining vehicle still. I was kind of debating, you know, if we even still need it after just farming endless amounts of metal through killing bots permanently with the farm. But I guess if you don't use the farm for a tad bit, you quickly run into a situation where you do very much actually need this thing. Now, if only I could place this so I can still go through here. Beautiful. So, we should, in theory, already have 2 pistons. Now, we should also have the materials for a 3rd one. I do have the materials for a 4th one, because apparently we did... Wait. Uh-oh. No, stop! Interrupt crafting! How do I get this off the crafting table? I don't. Oh no! How do we have 3 pistons already? There was like a piston in there, I think, and somehow I had like another one in my inventory that I didn't even see. I don't want to craft this, please. Oh god, and now I'm even starving. Beautiful. I guess we don't have a choice but to craft something that we don't want to craft. That is always great. We are also absolutely mega running out of food, which is always great. Kind of forgot about the food part of things, not gonna lie. I do need to farm very urgently here. I suppose that we do have a piston too many. Not the worst thing in the world. In the end, you know, there's always some projects for which we can use pistons, I guess. Anyways, we do have the amounts of pistons that we wanted, which is great. I'm just going to swap this stuff here through real quick as well, so we can get back to refining and bring that thing out there already. So that is ready to go whenever we eventually need it again. Now, in terms of this, the last time we said we wanted the pistons like right here. I do think I need like a intermediate part, because I cannot put piston on piston. So I guess we can just do like a scrap stone block, because why not? It's kind of the thing that we have way too many of anyways. And then we would go and put this on a lift, because we can absolutely not work like that. We will go and put this upwards a tad bit, and we will go and put a piston on here, and have like a little plateauing thing going right there. So, I mean, that is going to kind of mess up our ground clearance again anyways, which, you know, means I don't need to be worried about that anymore, I guess. But the idea then being that we do have like a little platform right here, that we extend outwards. That gives us a tad bit of stabilization to the sides in the end, right? So this is now very slightly hovering off the ground, but as long as it is off the ground, I think we're overall fine. It's honestly a bit too much. We're gonna have to see how wide we want to make it. Thing is, in the end, if we make it too wide, that is also going to be an issue. If something like that may work, we will see. Let's go and slap on the other two pistons for now. Did I not pick up the fourth one now? I'm so confused. Or am I just blind and it was in my inventory all along? Uh-oh. Yeet! Jeez. The bots are really, really trying to destroy my base right now, aren't they? So, I'm not quite sure what happened on the piston front right now. Didn't I just have 4 pistons in the inventory, everyone? Am I getting mega confused? Am I like, do I need to go sleep? I'm really not sure what's happening right now, to be honest. Oh. I do need to go sleep. We already slapped that on there. Okay, don't mind me. Just a little bit of weirdness going on here, I guess. We will go and do the same thing here. 2 and 2, yes, exactly. How many blocks did we go off the... Can we... Just a tad bit raise that. So we went 2 to the inside from the piston, basically. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hate when it jumps out quickly. Okay, so... May I? Thank you very much. We will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So that's the plan right there. We're going to have to see with the width. I do feel that this may be a bit too wide just in general, because like we may get stuck on things. But we're just going to give it a try like this, and then we're basically going to see, and wow. Was that the weight now just slamming into the back of the vehicle, or why did that just lag spike? That's evidently like some random collisions here again. I'm just going to try and actually bring this down properly so that it doesn't, like... Yeah, look at that. I think it's literally just the weight that feathered into the chassis, basically, that caused the lag. Now it's fine. So yeah, maybe we do need to make some adjustments there still, as you guys suggested. But yeah, I mean, this is the general idea, of course, yeah. And then, you know, we can still drive around like this. This is still technically off the floor, even though, honestly speaking... Oh! Whoa! What am I stuck on now? Oh, there's a little tote-bot head there. Yeah, so this getting stuck thing is kind of what I'm worried about. But then the idea, of course, being that we update this piston here, upgrade this piston here a tad bit, and just extend that out quite far, with the other one just going like down by 1, so we actually push the platform onto the floor. We may actually bring this up a tad bit, just to avoid being stuck on things like that. You know, if we just bring this mechanism up to like... I don't know, 3 blocks or something, so it just like levitates in the air, and then we extend this piston down a bit further. I think that may be the better idea. So let's just go for that approach, I think. Something a little like that, basically, right? So we would put the piston up here instead, or maybe even up there. God. This is very twitchy right now. Very, very, very twitchy indeed. Not liking that. My vehicle is dancing around again. Help. Please send help. And we could just, like, cut that off by 1 layer or whatever. And then we will extend that out to... Boop. Now it's not dancing anymore. Who really knows what that was? Kind of just paranoid for bots now, and then we will kind of do it like that. Alright, so with this then made, we will unfortunately have to pick everything here apart again. Isn't that beautiful? I suppose we can still use the other side as a little bit of a point of reference, but this here we'll have to go once more. We do kind of luckily already have the second piston anyways, I suppose. So we can just quickly plunk things together like this then. Now, we're not going to be able to go as far back, or, well, back at all, to be honest, in terms of the piston width. So that is going to be an interesting one in terms of, like, the overall surface area that we cover with these when we do kind of extend them outwards, because like we cannot go below the vehicle once more. Like, this is gonna kind of have to stop here, otherwise, you know, things are gonna glitch into each other again. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun, so yeah, not gonna want that. But 4, 5, 6, 7, we can at least go to 8 again, I guess, and just try how well that works out for us. I just kind of have the hope that this kind of gets us stuck a little less on surfaces, you know, given that these going to be off the surface a bit more. The undulations are not going to be that much of an issue. The small rocks, or tote bod heads in this case, aren't that much of an issue. So that's why I kind of want to give this alteration a bit of a try instead. And then, I mean, we'll have to see in terms of width if we even still manage to fit through the forest. I mean, in the end, I guess our goal is kind of deforestation, so any tree that is in the way, we will probably want to take out of the way anyways. But, you know, as I kind of said, that's going to be something that we will have to see about. But let's go then and get this thingy here assembled too. We will go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I hate that. Okay, new attempt. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we will do this in 2 steps before I go absolutely mad. 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Okay, now we are gonna fill that in, and that is basically going to be our set of pistons. So this thing here, I would say, is about... Is it maybe 3 blocks off the surface? We will kind of have to see. We will, of course, also somewhat have to balance things out in terms of how far we push this piston downwards, because if in the end the entire vehicle ends up sitting on these things, you know, there's also a bit of an inherent risk of that kind of causing toppling over again. So, you know, gotta watch out with that. I'm trying to think of all the other possibilities. The last idea, of course, if this is not enough, would be to also have like a piston back here, stabilize the thing even more. We'll see about that. I think we start with this solution and we kind of go from there. So this thing we're going to set to, no wait, this thing we're going to set to 7 as well as we did the other, and this one we're going to go for 3 for now. We're going to see how well that one works, I suppose. Now the thing is that we actually probably need a proper controller in the middle here to extend these things all at once, unless we want to press like 4 buttons every single time we go. That controller, by the way, is going to have a serious kind of level to it in order to be able to handle all the commands coming its way. So that's going to be an interesting one. And what's also an interesting one is that we're out of another resource that we need. That is kind of bad and annoying, honestly. I suppose that we do actually kind of need that now. Alright, I'm gonna go find us, like, a tad bit of glue. Oh god, I'm so gonna die of thirst. Please let me tell me that there's any sort of food in here. We may go for, like, nope, we've got something. Good. Lucky. Very, very lucky, that one. I promise I'm going to try to remember to go farming in between episodes. It's becoming quite bad, evidently, and we really need to make, like, some burgers and stuff. Ooh, chest. Give me something good. Yes, component kit. Very nice. Anyways, I'm going to go diving. I'm going to go get, like, a clamshell or 2 opened up so we can get that last remaining unit of glue. I'm going to go make that controller. I'm going to go pull some component kits from our thingamajig, and I'm going to go and upgrade all the beautiful things for us, and then I'm going to take you guys back to actually connect everything up. But till then, I'll see you on the other side of this cut. Alright, so back we are. The controller is done. I'm going to need to sort of kind of find out where in the world we want to place that. I think we may just go and slide that into that little slit right there. I think that's pretty fine indeed. So let's go and do just that, ideally with the display, or whatever that's supposed to be, facing the front. Now, I did take those component kits from the machine right there, and we're going to need 4 connections, so that's 2 upgrades right there. Good thing being that in that case, at least, we can move those pistons a tad bit quicker. So, all of these things are going to have to go and get themselves connected, and now that kind of also means that we never really needed to change anything in terms of the piston settings, but that's what it is. So, 1 and 3 are the sidewards extending ones, and the others are the downwards extending ones. So, 1 and 3, no wait, that's actually wrong. So base extension, of course, is going to be 0. 7 and 7. And then after they extended, basically, we're going to, for now, extend the other 2 down by 3. I think that is the plan. Now, the other one thing that we're still missing, evidently, is going to be a button. Well, a switch. So, I am going to go and hopefully make that. We do still have a tad bit of this. How in the world did we actually use all the electronic circuits that were in there? I've got no clue, but the one thing that I can tell you is that we do have a never-ending supply of those, and we're certainly not going to run out, so nothing at all in the world to even be close to worried about, and I'm going to go and plunk that thing together quite quickly. In general, though, we're really quickly running out of food. There's not really even any more wok steak remaining here, so I think we will, in the near future, have to resort to the veggie burgers instead here, which is kind of a bit of a mess with all the different vegetables required, but we're going to go and, well, I'm going to go and have to farm those in between episodes, I guess. Maybe just going to do like a big batch or something, ideally, so we can stay good to go for a few episodes. But then, of course, on the other hand side, you know, we need more potatoes as ammo. We do need those pineapples, so actually getting all of it ready is going to be a bit of a struggle, but we'll certainly find a way right there. In terms of the button, I would really like to skillfully hide that away. I think we can put that there, and then just, you know, plonk that there, attach it to, oh, well, not attach it to the driver's seat because we do not have enough connections available on it. We could theoretically, I mean, 1 component kit, honestly, I think that is doable. We're going to connect things like that. Also looks a tad bit fancier, I think. I didn't quite memorize the old look, but I think it looks a bit better. I guess we can quickly compare it to that, right? Oh yeah, the black and everything. Okay, so, you know, seat looks a bit cooler. Like that, and we do get another connection. Now let's go and click this button here and kind of look at this. So first things first, I think, yeah, 2 things. So firstly, these I would probably extend out a bit further, so I think a little bit of an upgrade for those pistons would be quite useful. And on the other hand side, if we kind of could just pull that back in for a quick second, those go not far enough down, of course. So we're going to try 4 instead, and we're going to go and upgrade both of these pistons by 1 level. Unfortunately, we don't even seem to have the component kits for 2 levels, which is crazy because we really had a lot when we started this episode. But, you know, component kits is like the one thing that you can never have enough of, I suppose. So these are going to go to 9, these are going to go to 4. Let's go and give that another try. This can go all the way out to there, beautiful. And I would say that that downward extension works beautifully. The inclines being a tad bit of a worry, admittedly. Hopefully not going to break anything with that glitchiness, but this should, in theory, give some sideward stability. Now, if the sideward extension overall is enough, I'm doubting it a bit, I have to say, but what I feel that we're going to do is we're going to go and extend this out by 2 on each side, just to make that foot a little wider too. That is, you know, if we ever had the amount of scrap metal required for that, so I'm going to evidently have to grab some more in a quick second. But, you know, that way we even have some more sideward balancing going on, I hope. And then, I mean, I guess we will just have to find out if this works for us or not. I hope that it does. I really, really do hope that this does now do the trick for us. I guess the only way to really find out is by knocking down another one of these trees and probably knocking ourselves over. But it is worth a try, I suppose, with those improvements that we've had. The other one question that I think we will have to answer, and I think that's something that we'll answer at the start of the next episode, is if these are maybe too far down and we maybe need like another 2 blades a tad bit further up to kind of facilitate the swing process. So we may just throw some more blades at the issue as a little bit of a safety measure. But that is something I think that we will then determine in the next episode, and then we're probably going to go for another one. And, you know, fingers crossed that we can make it work like this, and we're also, of course, going to see if this vehicle is too wide and going to collide with anything, which, of course, I hope it won't. And I think we eventually also have to introduce rear-wheel steering to this stuff, to be quite frank with you, because that is... This thing is not maneuverable enough in my mind. So, you know, a few things on the list there still, but I think we'll maybe potentially end up throwing some more saw blades at this in the next episode, and then probably going to go for another tree and see how much these little platforms out to the side really help with stabilization, and if that maybe was the solution all along. Hopefully it was. Hopefully this will now work, and hopefully we have now over-engineered this to a point that it actually does what it's supposed to. Fingers crossed on that front. We will find out more about that in the next episode, though. For today, I'm going to end it off right here. I hope you all very much enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below, as well as the bell icon, in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. And make sure to smash that like button as well. That does always help out the performance of the videos a ton. But with all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, as usual, everybody, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.